to part 3 of our 2024 reset. I'm so excited. This is probably the part that I'm most excited about because we're going to be taking our reflection from 2023, what we learned and how we can do better. And we're going to be mixing it with our 2024 goals, what we want to achieve. And we're going to be making an actual plan to try our best to be as successful as possible for this upcoming year. And we'll also be doing a little Notion revamp at the same time. So I'll be showing you how I'm planning to make my Notion look better visually, but then also functionally, because I feel like there were a lot of things that I could do better with my Notion page. And so I'm excited to talk this out with you. And then of course the template will be linked in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about my Notion page. So if you look at my Notion page, I actually really like her. I think she's pretty cute. It's beachy themed, which I love. Like, I am a beachy girl. I feel like there's just a certain calm that I get whenever I have like a beach aesthetic to my Notion. So that's why I kept it. But I think we'll probably end up changing her up a bit just because it's a new year. Let's try something new. And I can always go back to the beach if I feel like it. But just starting out, you can see I have my monthly trackers. And then also on the top, I have quarter 1 through 4, which if you look at it, you can see that there's not much to it. All you see is like July through September. And I didn't really put a lot of, I don't know, reflecting thought, like nothing. It's just, here's my goals, and I kind of just plopped it there. It's kind of honestly more like a placeholder, which I still want to incorporate, but I feel like I could have utilized my quarter pages a lot better. So that's something that I want to consider moving into this year. Going back to the main page, I just have my 2024 goals on one side, and then I have my previous goals and my reading progress on the other side. So that's pretty much what the pages consist of. So for the most part, we're going to be changing the quarter pages mostly, and then of course the aesthetic. I do want to show you my reading progress page at some point, but I want to do a makeover for that too because I feel like she can be better. So this year I think it'd be kind of cool to really put my goals in my face. So just kind of put my mood board banner that I have, maybe just for the first quarter. We'll see how it works. We'll see if I like it. And then like for the quarter pages, we'll probably add pictures from Pinterest or something that I feel like resonates with me. I have no idea yet, but let me just take everything off and just show the bare bones of my page so we can see what we're working with. Okay, so this is it right now. It's super empty. She looks naked, but we're gonna fill it up with some inspiration. So starting with the banner, we're gonna go ahead and change that and then add some pictures as well. And then I'll come back and then we can talk about it. Okay, so this is it right now. Honestly, I don't know. I like it. I definitely think it resonates and shows what I'm working towards. I don't know if I want to change like the whole vibe every quarter, every month, every what, because I like to have every picture be very cohesive and everything, but I do like it a lot. I think too, something that I just noticed is that like when I was talking about my beachy theme, there's the calm that comes with it. It's very chill and laid back, and maybe that's the problem. Like with goals, you kind of want to go hard with it. You want to make sure you're striving and not just like taking a laid back chill approach, because nothing's gonna happen if you just are calm and chill, you know what I mean? Like you have to put in work and all that. So I think having like pictures that like are meaningful and being like, oh, here's what you want in your face for me, then I don't feel attacked, but I just feel like, oh girl, like it's time to put in the work, which is a good thing because I feel like I can put my beachy calm feeling theme for another page of my Notion where I should be able to have that kind of feeling. And so I overall really like this. I love the quotes at the top of the page. Consistency, because duh. And then also, we cannot become what we want by remaining where we are. Because if you watch my last video going through all my goals, there's gonna be a lot of changes going on in my life. So I feel like that's a good quote to help me stay grounded in that. So yeah, now let's go ahead and talk about the quarter pages because this is where the meat of this video is. So like I said, last year all I did was just throw the months of the quarter in that little folder and I wouldn't really think about it or do anything. And if you've been here for a while, then you've definitely heard me talk about this and be like, hey, I should probably do something with my quarter things, or I'll do it later. Girl, later never came, but I mean, I guess later is now. We're doing it now. Later is here. So I think the biggest thing that can help us with staying on track is having little checkpoints throughout the quarter. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take my goals. I already know what I want to accomplish by the end of the year. So I can see it and visualize what December 31st, 2024 will look like. So just put that for my quarter 4. And then how can I take a step back from that? What would I be looking like in quarter 3 if I'm close to achieving those goals? And then how would I look in quarter 2 and quarter 1? So like kind of take the overall big picture and make smaller steps, which is going to be the checkpoints, to make sure I'm headed in the right direction. Because I feel like last year, although I did really well with a lot of goals, I don't know, I kind of was just not staying very organized and kind of hoping that I was in the right direction and letting some goals slip when they shouldn't be. And so I really want to have checkpoints written down so we can know for sure that we're heading in the right direction. And that doesn't mean also that we can't change the direction and that the goals that I wrote down in January 2024 means I have to stick with it if it doesn't resonate, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So I don't share my very specific goals, but for the purpose of this, let me share with you an example for my health and wellness goals. So for quarter 4, which is pretty much my end of the year goals, I want to make sure working out is a large part of my lifestyle. I want to have like a sustainable workout routine and work out even when I don't want to. I want to make sure that I have vegetables and I'm eating it regularly, incorporating into my diet, having nutrient dense foods, and feel less groggy throughout the day. So those are my goals that I would like to end 2024 with. I want to be brand freaking new in terms of my health and wellness. So what would that look like for quarter 3 if I'm already headed in the right direction? So for quarter 3, I would say my energy is feeling more improved compared to the first half of the year. I feel a little bit stronger than I did in the previous quarter. I want to figure out a measurement, but right now I don't have that because this is deeper into the year and we're still in the discovery mode right now. But yeah, I want to feel overall stronger. I also want to continue eating nutrient dense foods. And then in quarter 2, it's when I started eating a little bit more than I did calorie dense foods. And then also with like, I wanted to feel stronger in quarter 3 than I did in quarter 2. In quarter 2, I want to feel stronger than I did in quarter 1. I also in quarter 2 want to make sure that I'm prioritizing a workout, even when I don't want to, at least 50% of the time. And then also know what workouts I enjoy doing. So if we're just looking strictly at like the diet, health and wellness aspect, in quarter 4, it said like eat more fruits and vegetables, incorporate it into my diet regularly, eat mostly nutrient dense foods. And then like in quarter 3, it said continuing eating nutrient dense foods. In quarter 2, it says eat more nutrient dense foods. And in quarter 1, it says find new ways to incorporate nutrient dense foods into my diet. So if you see, like I'm taking what I would like to be and like diluting it a little bit so then we can start small and then get to where I want to be. And then for quarter 1, this is where we're at now. I have my checkpoint, which is I want to go to the doctor, make sure I get my physical, get my lab work done, make sure all that is good with me because that's very important. Find a variety of exercises that I like doing, what I don't like doing, pretty much know what I lean more towards to make it as easy to exercise as possible for me and not just focus on things that I dread doing. I feel like making that habit and setting myself up for success is really important, and then once I do, then I can focus on the exercises that I don't like doing but it's still good for me, you know. Want to work out at least 3 times a week, and honestly this is like as basic as I can possibly go. Like it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be at the gym, it's just working out and moving my body. So that's something that I really want to do by quarter 1. And then also, like I said before, by the end of the quarter, I want to have found new ways to incorporate nutrient dense foods into my diet. So this is just an example for health and wellness. I want to do this with pretty much all my goals and work backwards to be able to know what the first steps are and hopefully be able to use these checkpoints to stay organized and know if I'm heading in the right direction. And so with that being said, I also have a reflection section that I have at the end of every quarter because there's so many things that we don't know this year's gonna bring, and I feel like not being flexible and being like, hey, some goals won't work and some goals change and whatever. I think it's really good to have this reflection so we can pivot because all the things I wrote, it's subject to change. I don't have to stick with it no matter what. So here are some questions that I have for the reflections page. What was I able to achieve this quarter and why? What did I struggle with this quarter and why? Which goals have I been prioritizing? Which goals have I not been prioritizing? Are there any goals that no longer resonate with me? And what do I hope the next quarter looks like and how can I make that happen? So I feel like with these questions, it can really help with knowing where I'm at and what I've been leaning more towards, what I've been more disciplined with, especially because last year, like I said, I achieved so many of like my fun, creative goals, but when it came to my health and wellness and fitness, I slacked. And that's the most important goal like ever. I can't read a book if I'm dead. So I want to be able to have this so then I can make sure I'm not slipping, and if I do slip, I can call myself out for it, and I can have a plan for what next quarter can bring. And like this last question with like, what do I want the next quarter to look like and how can I make that happen? That could also serve as another checkpoint that I can add into the next quarters. So I really hope that this is something that can help me. I hope this is something that can help you, because I'm going to put it link in the description. But yeah, I feel like being able to look at the quarters as almost like mini years and not just be like, okay, this is 2024. I have a whole year to accomplish these goals. I feel like that could be something that can make us a little bit lazy and just have 12 months of wasting time. So use quarters, months, weeks, days, whatever, and have little tiny goals where you see fit, so we can make sure that we're like striving for things. We don't have to wait till January 1st to get started on stuff, to, you know, change things. If something's not working out in March, May, August, December, we don't have to wait till January to change them. Change them right then and there, so then we can always be in a constant state of striving to do better and not just being complacent and lazy. And you know, every year goes by and we're telling people the same goals. Do you know how embarrassing it is that I've been saying for I don't know how many years now that yeah, I want to be a fitness girl, I want to exercise like y'all? If you've been here for a minute, you've seen me say that. So there was a reason why I use this as an example. I really want to, you know, make sure that I'm prioritizing that and not just constantly be saying I'm going to be doing the same thing every year. So that is that. I'm super happy with this. I'm very excited to see how the resets will be whenever it's the end of a quarter, and see, you know, if maybe something's pivoted or whatnot, and be able to talk about that. So yeah, this was fun. I'm really excited. This is definitely my favorite part compared to the other two sections of the 2024 reset. But yeah, I'm super glad that we did this together. Let me know if you guys have any goals you would like to share with me in the comments, and if you have a strategy to help you achieve goals, because I feel like strategy is like the most important part to achieving our goals, because we gotta stay focused and sometimes it can be hard. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys back with our monthly resets starting with February. I'm super excited because we'll be able to use our brand new Notion page and see how it works and change if we need to. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.